Hello guys, this is Vysh. The economic survey PDF, which I had promised to you that I'll be showing you detailed sample PDF and so that you can see it before enrolling. This is a must buy for 2020, 21, 22, whichever you are preparing for, because many students don't know the relevance of economic survey or budget, or maybe they did not even hear, and that is totally fine. Okay, unless you come for UPSC, nobody, like a normal Indian citizen, they don't usually know what is an economic survey. Okay, unless you are working in something related to economy, they don't know. Maybe the budget, they hear it because it happens every year and it is like more popular. But economic survey is something which is very, very important, and it is more important, I would say, for UPSC candidate. So the entire coverage, what is an economic survey, what is a budget, all those things I'm going to tell you here. And I'll finally show you the test also, which we delivered today morning. Okay, today June 1, I gave to all my 2020 students already. And extra, those who want only this PDF, that sale is also open. So that is why I thought I'll show you a total summary. Okay, now this will include, as I told, the prelims PDF overview, then a 2020 mains model answer, that is inside the prelims test itself. At the end, we have included one mains potential question which can come from this economic survey, and then the budget summary. Okay, and I'll tell you like how it is classified. And if you are a serious aspirant, you are going to extremely like this, what is going to be explained in the next few slides, because it is going to give you a clear idea about what this topic is. Okay, so please come and subscribe, everybody. And 2020 and 21 aspirant, come and WhatsApp me in this number 7200681675. I just need a message like you are a UPSC aspirant preparing for which year. Okay, so based on that, we will be guiding you. Okay, and guidance does not mean we will be throwing materials at you, because that is a misconception that has been developed in the UPSC market, the education market. Okay, there are numerous channels in the name of this IAS, that IAS, this UPSC, and they are just actually not doing justice to your preparation. Okay, they are simply collecting your contacts, adding you to some Telegram groups, adding you to some WhatsApp groups, and they are throwing materials after materials, and students believe that this is how UPSC has to be prepared. Okay, so I'm going to change the entire education model which is happening here. Okay, it is completely wrong. Okay, people giving you this tons and tons of notes and materials, that is an incorrect method, and you need not study from that. Nothing is going to come. Mostly it will be junk materials. Okay, so we are going to guide you of how to do step by step. Okay, already the playlist is out, 2021 playlist. Go and see that step by step. 10 videos are out, and this one I'll put as 11th video there. Okay, because we are going to tell you what is each subject, what is each paper. Okay, so try to understand this and don't fall for those unnecessary things. And again, we are not going to make anything as a paid course. Okay, students are asking us like whether there are extra videos out there which are part of a paid course or something. We are not going to do that. Instead, our YouTube itself, we have this option of allowing access to only those IDs which we prefer. Okay, so we just are making sure that you are subscribed to this YouTube channel, nothing else. There is no charge for that. Just click on subscribe and send that screenshot to our WhatsApp or our email ID. Okay, it's better you send it the email ID, because that is where I am having the entire list of students. So send me the screenshot. This, just pause and see what is written here. Whatever is mentioned here, send that in this email, vyshups@gmail.com. So all those IDs will be like lifetime getting all the videos which comes on Vysh Ias YouTube as free. Okay, because this ID will be added to that access list. Others will not be getting. We are not charging you anything. We just wanting you to come and subscribe the channel. Okay, so I hope it's clear. Now moving on, this is the list of videos I told. What is UPSC, how to start, what are source books online, then serious aspirant, non-serious aspirant, like why are you failing in UPSC again and again, because these are questions which every general aspirant has. Okay, so that basics of basic query, okay, which you think like nobody is telling you the right genuine answer, that I am trying to answer here. Okay, this note making video, coaching and test series video, current affairs video, how to read a newspaper, optional choosing, all these are like loved by students. Okay, students in the sense those who are serious aspirants. Many students are there who come and watch this and think like there is nothing in this. They are not giving me any test, they are not giving me any material. That kind of students is what I am trying to differentiate. Okay, I am trying to either make them a serious aspirant or make them understand that you are not fit for this exam and your whole idea of this exam is wrong. Okay, but the very, very serious aspirant who just need a little bit of guidance, this playlist is going to change your life. Okay, that is my guarantee to you. Now we'll do this 11th video, economic survey, the need, importance, and how to read, where to read, all those things. So what is economic survey? So we'll start with little bit 4-5 pointers, and this will be included in the PDF which I'm going to give you. Okay, it will be there at the end of the, after the 105 MCQs which I've designed for you. At the end it will be there. I'll show you anyway. The PDF I'll show you at the end of this video. Now basics about economic survey. So it is an official report of the economy. which is presented a day before the annual budget presentation. Okay, budget, like you will be seeing in TV, you will be seeing in because of WhatsApp, you are getting the highlights of it. All those things happening. So budget happens. It used to happen on March 1. Now it is happening on February 1 because government want to do it earlier and then get the finances ready by the time the financial year starts. Okay, financial year starts when? It starts from April 1 and it goes to the next year March 31. Okay, that's called a financial year. That also government is trying to bring it front, like let's start it from the calendar year, like January 1 or something, but that will take time. As of now, April 1 is the financial year. Okay, another thing is that the banking system follows another financial year. Okay, you should know the RBI has a different kind of calendar and all, so go and try to find out what is that calendar. Okay, so now this budget presentation happens on February 1. So the day before that, that is January 31st, there is something called economic survey which is released, and which is a much more bulkier document, and which is like very, very important for UPSC, from which a lot of questions comes. Okay, both in prelims and mains. So it comes one day before. That's the first point. Now what it does, it gives an overview of various sectors in the current fiscal, which is a detailed report card on the economic performance throughout the year. Okay, the survey, which presents a holistic purview of the budget and entails the policy challenges ahead of the government. So this is actually like budget you would have seen, like the finance minister will come and do what? She will tell a lot of schemes, this much crores are allocated here, there, then future we are going to do that thing, then by 2025 we'll eliminate something, like eliminate tuberculosis, or the Paris climate something we will initiate. So she is telling all the future things, that this is what we will do, this is what we are planned for this coming year. Okay, but economic survey, it will do the already completed thing, whether we have met the targets, okay, and whether the estimates what we predicted was like correct at the end of the year. And then again they'll give suggestions to the government also, like this is how the situation is now, so you have to make further changes. Okay, last time you did this, it was not correct, so I have to do this. So like that, the entire thing, and I'll show you what all, like page by page I'll show you, but this is it in general. Okay, it will tell the past also, and it will tell the future suggestions also. Now, the report is crafted by the Chief Economic Advisor and his team and released after it is approved by the Finance Minister. Okay, and the current person is Krishnamurthy V. Subramaniam. He is the current CEA. You have to know this. UPSC have asked, I think 5-10 years back, like who draft the economic survey. So it is Chief Economic Advisor, and the department will be Department of Economic Affairs. Okay, that for the budget also it is the same. So this is crafted by this person. Now, and his team. Okay, it's not like one person sitting and do it. It's a very bulky document. Now, the report will be tabled in both houses of the parliament on January 31 and will be followed by a press conference where Subramaniam and his team will discuss an economic roadmap of the next fiscal. So like I told, he will be addressing the media also and telling the entire thing, like this is what is the general idea, what we are telling, this is the theme of this year, this is what government should do. So like that, he will tell a lot of things. This happens. Then the government is not bound to follow the measures that are recommended in the economic survey. So this is one important thing. It's not like they will tell something and immediately finance minister will do this. Okay, and anyway, these are all part of the same ministry only. It's not like Chief Economic Advisor have a different wavelength of thinking, and Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will have a different way. They all are working together only. But the procedure wise, if you see, the Economic Advisor will do this, and the budget will be read out by the Finance Minister the next day. Okay, which will not have everything which is said here. Okay, this is just a roadmap. They will tell like these are all the mandatory things to be done, but it's not. It's up to the government whether they can do it immediately or maybe they'll consider it for the next year or something. Okay, so it is not binding. So that is a basic, very, very basics. Now we'll see what is a budget. Okay, this is a little more detail, but I'm not going to tell you the technical things of it, because technical things government themselves have summarized it for you, and that document I'll be showing you at the end. Okay, and that document I'll be sending you also when you enroll to the test. I am going to give it that for free. Okay, it's on the internet, but I'll tell you which document to read. There are 7-8 documents of budget, but 1 or 2 are very important, and you have to read only that. Okay. Now, budget. Union budget is a statement of government's finances for the financial year, where the government makes estimates of revenue and expenses for the upcoming financial year that runs from April 1 to March 31. This is an exercise carried out by central government every year. Okay, so like states also have their own budget, but that it will be like different times of the year and different things happening according to their needs. But here central government, this is the time on February 1st it will come, and it will have the upcoming fiscal years estimates. Okay, like this much revenue we'll get and this much expenses we'll be doing. That is called budget. Now it is presented by the Union Finance Minister. Usually the duration is 90 to 120 minutes. This is like an average, or this is like how when it started. Okay, many years back when it started, it was like this. Now, the word budget, okay, it is actually from a French word. I don't know how we'll pronounce that, baguette or whatever. So this word, it is like from that, this word is taken, okay, budget. And traditionally what it means the leather briefcase. Okay, actually it's like a red color or brown color, you can tell. There's a suitcase in which the important documents, okay, the traditionally budget documents, which primarily include papers related to the revenue receipt, expenditure, as well as the speech of finance minister, were carried in a brown briefcase a legacy passed on by the British. Okay, this is what used to happen, and this is what is happening till 2018. Okay, 2019 onwards, a change has happened. Okay, I think I don't have, I have not mentioned here, 2019 onwards, last year, what it is to, because it's a British thing which we have taken up, so we are going to change it. So instead of a briefcase, now a red cloth is there, a red cloth, four-fold cloth. Inside that, all these are kept and then tied with a string or something, and she's carrying that as carrying that to the parliament, okay, to tell the speech. So that is something which is recent. So maybe if UPSC asks something like that, if they want to trouble you, you should know. And also in a mains answer when you write, you should understand that this process is now not happening. Okay, it is not happening. This government over the last 5-6 years have changed many things related to budget, so it's very important for you. Okay, like railway budget, there was a change. Then as I told, the timings of the budget have preponed. So like that, many small changes, which is very crucial. Okay, because now they are trying to make an Indian model, which we don't want anything which British has started. So again, the red cloth thing you should know, and there is a term also for that. If I don't know whether in the slide is there, but definitely in the PDF you will get it. Okay, now there is something called halwa ceremony. Okay, like you will be thinking like this is something silly, but this is something which regularly happens, and this is happening every year, at least 10 days before the budget. Okay, where this is like printing of the budget. Before the printing of the budget, the people who are involved in it, who the very minimal people, that team, okay, it will be like 5-10 people, they actually go into isolation also. Like now you are all in this lockdown phase and all these things. You should know that the government actually, this 10-15 people, every year for 10 days they go for a lockdown. Okay, where they cannot use their phones, they cannot interact with the outside world. There is a basement in the northern block in the parliament where you have to go, and you cannot come out till 10 days. Okay, you live there, actually literally you live there. So that is a process. So they call this halwa ceremony. That is like an Indian dessert which they make for 10 days before that. Okay, that marks the beginning of this process. So it will be hosted by the finance ministry on January 20, ahead of the presentation of the union budget on February 1. It is annually held a few days before the budget is presented. The making of this halwa marks the official kickoff of events. The Indian dessert is prepared in a large vessel and served to the finance ministry as part of the ritual. Okay, it's not very important for exams, you cannot, but I'm trying to tell you the entire process which is happening in the background in this India. Okay, in this country you should know these things are happening. So after the ceremony, the employees who are part of the budget making process move to the basement of North Block for around 10 days. Okay, they will emerge only when the finance minister speech is there. Okay, that is only on February 1st they will be coming out of that. So this is done to prevent any leakages before the annual budget is presented. Okay, actually in 1950 there was a leakage happened. Okay, after this only it became this much stricter. So now and this is like the intelligence bureau is round the clock surveillance is there. It's not like it's a namesake thing or something. It's taken very seriously. So 1950, the budget documents were printed in some other location, and this North Block, whatever basement, all these things started after that only. Okay, because some leakage happened. Now, even the computers, I don't know whether the validity of the statement, I took it from a news article. Okay, like even the central server, okay, that is delinked from whatever is happening there. So not even a cyber theft will happen. So it is that much securely that a budget is drafted every year, because it contains the future of this country, or how it is going to run this government for the next 1 year. Okay, so these are some facts which you should know about the budget, which is not exam sake of thing you should not know, but as a UPSC candidate, you should ideally know whatever is happening in the government. Okay, so this is what I felt I should tell you, but the technical things I'll show you later in this same video. Now, is this needed for UPSC? I have been telling you again and again, and why should I read it? And one more thing, whenever you search for this thing on the YouTube, okay, you will be searching like budget 2019 or economic survey 2019. You may get hundreds of videos about budget 2019, but you will get very limited 5 or 6 channels who are doing the economic survey end to end. Okay, have you wondered why it is happening? It is because it is very difficult to read the economic survey and tell it to you in a summary format. Okay, you cannot make it in a 20-minute video, 30-minute video. Still, there are people who are fooling students that, okay, come on, summary of economic survey, I will teach you. Please don't think that you watched that video and you understood the entire economic survey. They are simply taking you some highlights or whatever they are comfortable or what they feel and showing you as video format. Budget, you can do it. You can do it in 40 minutes, 1 hour, because the government themselves are compiling and making a summary document which will be like 70 to 80 pages. Okay, a PDF is there. I will show you that PDF and I'll give you that PDF also. That itself gives you the summary with bullet points. Okay, exactly like you need to study for UPSC. They have put it in a PDF and giving to you. So that is why budget, everybody does it, but they don't tell you the source and they don't tell you this is what is happening, because then they cannot run that YouTube channel business. Okay, so that's why I'm going to show you all those things. Videos which you watch are incomplete for economic survey. Now, why you should read. That is, I'm going to give you 5-10 pointers. Okay, so the real implementation of economics are you are going to learn here. Like you study economics for an entire year, you do previous year papers, then you see lot of terms, you see like repo rate, inflation, deflation, WPI, consumer price, wholesale index. You see many terms, and you wonder like, what is this? Okay, there are many things learning whether we actually do this. Like in your 12th standard or 10th standard, when you study mathematics, when you study this trigonometry and formulas and all these things, later after 5-10 years, you will be wondering like, why did I even study that? Why did I study all that algebra, geometry and all? I'm not using it anywhere in life. But here, economics in the same way. When you read all this economics, you will be wondering like, why should I study this? What will I do with this in my life? So that is the practical usage of these terms. Okay, what is happening around you, what the government is doing, how much crores are allocated here, whether India is catching up with the foreign countries, okay, whether India took over Japan or USA or UK, or whether trade related, like you see now also like ban China products and all these things, whether actually we are doing that, whether we are actually reducing China imports or exports. These things by number in detail format you get in the economic survey. Okay, and you need an interest to actually read it and understand it. So the real implementation, you get it in the economic survey, not the budget. Okay, economic survey. Now everything you need to know for economic means, that is in GS3 you have economic section, lot of questions comes, lot of marks comes, everything what is asked you can answer from an economic survey. Okay, everything other than a very newer current affair which comes later, but all the theory you will get it here. And for prelims also, if they pick up one question which has to be picked and it has to be difficult, they have no other choice, they have to pick it from economic survey only, because there mentions a lot of schemes and a lot of things. I'll show you chapter by chapter. And again for all the other papers, it's not like only GS3. Okay, GS1, which involves this globalization, social sector, welfare of this thing, people, poverty reduction, hunger, malnutrition, all these things are covered in detail in a single chapter, or the sectors of economy. Okay, you take agriculture sector, industry sector, service sector, everything is there, separate chapters in economic survey, and it will cover all the schemes also. And now GS2 again, polity. Okay, the articles, like even budget is like article 112. Okay, so that kind of polity related facts you will get it. GS4 ethics. Okay, when a case study comes, when something happens in a society. Okay, what is case study? Ethics, I'll make a separate video, but you should know that in ethics there will be case studies, like you are the collector of a particular district and some situation happens, then how will you handle that situation? So when you read economic survey, they give you live examples of how the government actually handled lot of issues, disaster related or something which government handled. So you learn these stories with the technical fact. Okay, so again GS 1, 2, 3, 4, everything you will get points from economic survey. That is why it is important. Now concepts, examples, trends, global competition, the vision of the government, different schemes, sectors. Okay, all these are covered in economic survey. Now detailed provision of important schemes, okay, which is the high chance to ask in prelims. Like International Solar Alliance is something which started in 2015 and now it is like 2020, so 5 years, and there's a high chance that UPSC will ask it. Also every time it comes in news, every year it is in news, so every year there's a chance. But when you study it in current affair, you will study like one article you will read, after 6 months again an article you will read, then maybe it's like there is a gap. But when you read economic survey, they give you the summary from the starting till the end. Okay, and it's not like it covers everything, but it covers a lot of things which you have missed in current affair. Okay, even when I do the current affair magazine every year, we do it, we cover, and we maybe in the environment test also we include some International Solar Alliance. But finally when the end of the year, when March month, April month, this thing comes, and when we read this, we realize that we have missed this point, we have missed that point, because which is not there anywhere is included in the economic survey. That is why even if you do schemes, even if you do current affair, including Vysh Ias students, we have done all my tests also. There are like at least 3 tests for schemes and 12 tests for current affairs, so 15 tests there itself. Even then you have to do my economic survey test also, because whatever is missed there will be present here. Okay, I'm seriously telling you have to do that. Now the same thing, okay, whatever you missed will be there. Now UPSC prelims specific unheard climate treaties. This one you will understand this point if you are a person who have done previous year papers. Okay, in previous year papers always there will be environment related 1 or 2 questions which you feel like, from where on earth did this person get, from where on this UPSC found out this. They will be asking some, like last year I think it was PAGE, PAGE. PAGE is related to what? Okay, or like who started it, and they will give it like G20, European Union, BRICS countries or something, some 4 bodies they'll tell like, and they will tell like who started this. But you would have never even heard that climate summit. But every such unheard summit is mentioned in your economic survey. Okay, because when they mention some story of something, they will be just mentioning it. Okay, like European Union had also started this, India is also supporting it, India recently ratified it. So these things may be because it's a very rare news, it doesn't come in current affairs. Okay, so in your 12 months of current affairs or 24 months of current affairs, it might not be there, but in economic survey it is there. Okay, today morning whoever got my test, test, go and search it. Okay, I will show you examples also. There are some treaties which I never heard it when I did current affairs, but it was there in the economic survey, and I've included it in the test. Now, CSAT. So many students ask like, what is CSAT? What CSAT exam which you have, that is the afternoon of prelims, which ideally yesterday you should have taken, May 31. You got extra time luckily. So in CSAT, start beginning, okay, there will be passages. Earlier it was like they'll give a very lengthy passage, 1.5 page passage, and they'll ask you 5-10 questions on based on that. Since 2018, I think they have changed the trend. What they're doing is they're putting small passage. Small passage means very small. It will be like what you see on screen now, this much size, one small cutout of something, and then they will ask just one question out of it. Okay, one small passage, one question, and that question will be, what do you derive from this passage? Okay, what can you deduce from this passage? And they'll give you 4 options where all 4 options will look like same. Okay, when I do a CSAT video, I'll show you examples, but that is how the general vision is. So this started in 2018, and do you know where this cutout is taken from? These cutouts are taken from government documents. Okay, it is either taken from the budget or the economic survey or something like a second ARC report or whatever, any committee report. Okay, Sarkaria Commission, they take simply a government document. So they have made the CSAT paper now look like a technical paper. Okay, they just don't want you to give you a Shakespeare novel or some poem or something. Earlier that was the trend. They will give you some big story, and then they will ask some 5-6 questions on that, like how you get in your 12th standard or how you get in other GK or bank exams and all. They give you such passages. But here the passage itself has become a GS passage. Okay, they have made everything technical now. So when you do economic survey, you are already studying it. You understand the meaning of these things. So when it comes in CSAT, you can directly answer it much more easier. And again, people ask me, how do I start answer writing? What source should I refer? What should I do? This economic survey is one best source. Actually, I told you Rajya Sabha TV. You watch Rajya Sabha TV, one episode of Big Picture episode. You watch that, it's a 20-25 minutes thing, and immediately shut down that, and then take a paper and write what you understood. Then again, if you think you are not able to write, again go and watch that video one more time. If you do that 2 days, 3 days continuously, on the 4th day onwards, you will be writing it brilliantly. Okay, because Rajya Sabha TV format itself is like that. They give you first an introduction, then the body, then the solutions, then the conclusion. They tell the entire speech or the debate in that way in which you have to write a mains answer. So again, economic survey is also one place where it has the same structure. There will be an introduction, there will be a body, there will be graphs, pictures and all these things, and finally they will have a way forward. Okay, and this is what many coaching institutes are copying also. If you take the coaching institute materials of many big materials, it will have this thing only, introduction, body, and last they will mention like way forward. Okay, that word is mentioned, way forward. These are adapted from the economic survey only. Okay, economic survey is the one who has the best organized materials. And you will become an expert in Indian economy. And also in the interview when you go, like now especially 2020 students who in 2019 students who have to go for interview, if you have not done economic survey, please take it seriously and do it. Okay, it gives you the confidence to explain any topic to you. Okay, that's also one thing. Students ask me like, how will I understand whether I studied something correctly or not? Whenever you study something, study in such a way that you will be able to explain that topic to somebody else who have never heard that topic. Okay, like I am doing for you, like I am explaining to you something now, I'm right now explaining to you. Everything might be clear for you because I have learned it in such a way that when I tell to a third person, that person will understand it from scratch. Okay, but when you are explaining and the third person gets like lot of doubts, like what is this person talking? It makes no sense. That means your study is incomplete. So always study anything as if it is going to be asked to you in an interview. Okay. Hope you are getting what I am telling. You may be studying it for prelims, you may be studying for mains, but when you study it, imagine that what if somebody face to face asks you that question, will you be able to explain to that person instead of simply telling out some by-hearted fact, whether you will be able to make that person understand the concept? Then your studies is complete. Okay. Now, where to get the economic survey, I will show you. How to read the economic survey also I will show you. But before that, there are some challenges. As I told, why does everybody do incomplete videos on YouTube? Why is like nobody giving you a summary of economic survey? Because there are a lot of challenges. First thing is it's very lengthy. Okay, it has 2 volumes. Okay, it comes in 2 volumes every year, except when the government is going out. Like last year when the government was going out, they did 1 volume before that and 1 volume after that. But else 2 volumes will come. Each volume will have 10 to 11 chapters. Like this time volume 1 has 11 chapters and volume 2 has 10 chapters. So total of 21 chapters. And each will have an average page of 35 pages. Like some will have 20 pages, some will have 40 pages, but average it will be 30 to 35 pages. So you will see, like including the graphs, charts and all, it will be around 750 plus pages. Okay. So that is why it's very, very lengthy. So who will have the patience? You imagine 750 pages sitting and reading. It's very difficult. But you can do it by doing 1 chapter a day. Okay, you take 1 chapter a day. In 21 days, you will complete it. That's how you should read it. Now, Another thing is long sentences. Okay, the sentence, like, they start at one point and it will be like going, and you will not find a full stop anywhere. They'll be like writing a big sentence. Okay, and it'll have a lot of technical terms also. So that is why another challenge. And it'll have all these terms: inflation, banking, NPA. NPA means non-performing asset, deficits. Okay, physical deficit, revenue deficit, effective revenue deficit, trade deficit. There are many deficits. Budgetary deficit, then balance of payments, assets, liabilities. These terms will be there. So unless you do economics theory, maybe you will not understand some of the things, but it's still okay. The stories will be clear only. And everything looks important. That is another big challenge. Okay, how do someone make a summary or something? You will read something and you will extract the most important thing and put it in a document. That is called making summary. But if you read every line, and if you see like every line is important, like you read Lakshmikant, everything is important, you feel like this also can be asked for prelims, that also can be asked for prelims, then how will you make a summary? That is the biggest challenge of economic survey. So like last 1 week, I think 6 days, I have literally worked 14 plus hours sitting on this and making this, because I wanted this to be read by every aspirant. Okay, like every year we make economic survey, but this time I made it very interactive and very detailed, so that the 2021 students also then can take it. Okay, because you have this golden timeline which you have got this year. You have got a lot of extra days. So use this extra days to begin with something which has lot of usefulness. Okay, it's not like you do something which is like your optional, which you need only for that paper, which is your individual specific, that you can do. There is a lot of time, but do something which will help you in every paper, help you in your communication, your English language, your technical skills, everything is there. So that is why this time's economic survey I have done it in very detailed format. Okay, should I make notes from it? If you have my test, you don't have to make any notes. Else, it's up to you, as I told. But again, it's very difficult to make a note for economic survey. And budget, you don't have to make notes because government itself provides you the notes. I will show you that PDF also. Okay, so now let's do a sneak peek. Let me open the document directly. I've told you whatever stories and whatever I needed to tell you. So let's go to the PDF. Okay, so this is how the question PDF will look like. Let me go to the top page. Okay, so this is actually, the screenshot is directly from the website. I'll show you the website also. So 2020 economic survey. So one more thing you should know: the name of an economic survey of a particular year, it will always be the preceding year. Okay, like budget, what do you call this time's budget? Is budget 2020 2021. That's how the name will be. But economic survey name will be economic survey 2019-20, because you're doing a survey of the things which happened in the previous year. Okay, so some students had this doubt also. When I told I will be sending you economic survey 2019, students told me that give me economic survey 2020. It's okay, you will be like, because you're in the beginning phase of preparation, you don't know. Okay, like it is called as 2019. Okay, so this is like again for 2021 students who don't know about these things, I'm telling you. So budget will be named the year which is coming up, and economic survey will be named the year which is getting over now. Okay, you are winding up that. So this again, all these are hyperlinks. So in the first cover page itself, when you click on this, it will take you to the this UPSC exam will take you to my YouTube page only, and these two things will take you to the official government things. So let us open that also parallelly. I'll click on this. The page should have opened. Okay, the page will open up. So this is the official government. See, if Indian budget.gov economic survey. So this is the screenshot which I placed there also. If you see here, the scrolling theme. What is the theme? Theme of economic survey: India's aspiration of economy at 5 trillion with its theme wealth creation. Wealth creation is the theme. And another thing you would have noticed, this color. Okay, this color is also important. Every year they will have one theme also and one color also. This time it is this lavender color, which is actually the new 100 rupee note. You would have seen the new 100 rupee note. See here, it's written lavender of the new 100 rupee note. They are trying to show the change from the old currency to the new currency, and we are going to create more and more wealth. Okay, wealth creation. Okay, you would have seen the new packages being announced now, all these things. It's all about wealth creation. So the theme is that. And if you see here below, 2019-20, this is how it will be. So volume 1, volume 2, then an appendix, then in Hindi also it is there. So here, one thing, you can download it directly, but again, in download, when you do, they have locked all the things, like you cannot copy paste and all these things. But in the original website, when you read, everything is like accessible. So here, if you see, I think 11 chapters. Yeah, 11 chapters for volume 1. See here, thalinomics, a new term is they have told, the economics of a plate of food in India. It's nothing, it's just the inflation, like how a non-veg meal or a veg meal, why they do that is because to calculate inflation, what is the best thing, just to check whether common man, what are they consuming on a daily basis. So a normal complete thali, okay, a veg meal or a non-veg meal that include all the rice, pulses, or whatever you have. So that is one last concluding chapter of volume 1, where they have clearly explained the price changes of the things over last 2 years. Okay, so it's a very interesting chapter, you can read that. It's one of the smallest chapter also. So these are the 11 chapters in volume 1, and if you click here volume 2, it will take you to the other things. Now, what is the difference between volume 1 and volume 2 is, volume 1 will give you the concepts, lot of concepts, which the chief economic advisor and his team is telling, like the government, like this is what is happening. Okay, like here, see, golden jubilee of banking nationalization, 1969, which was asked in prelims. Okay, bank nationalization happened, and so now 50 years have completed. So about that, the entire banking stories they have written here. And then ease of doing business, we have improved in ranking. Then job creation is a very important part. So that is like, these are all things which government is have done something, and now in future what should be done. Okay, like NBFC sector, it is in crisis, 2018 onwards it is in crisis. So the entire story. Then privatization, like private companies are coming up, many shares are being given to them. So all those things. India's GDP growth is overstated. Like when the formula was changed, it was aligned with the national thing. Many critics came and told that India is just telling extra value, India's GDP is not that much. So all those things which are potential mains question, you get it here. So volume 1. But what is volume 2? Volume 2 gives you the actual numbers. Okay, if you see here the last 3 chapters, agriculture and food management, this is the primary sector, this is the secondary sector, this is the tertiary sector, and finally the social sector, where you will have the poverty, education, health, housing, drinking and sanitation. Every ministries, every scheme in detail is given here. Okay, like agriculture, if you open, you will see the PM Kisan scheme, you will see the Krishi Sinchai scheme, the any scheme related to agriculture to be here, and industry, whatever trade related is happening, all those things, MSME sector, textile sector, iron and steel, cement, coal, everything is here. Okay, and sustainable development is a very lengthy chapter also, because here is where I found out many environmental treaties which is not mentioned anywhere else. Okay, price and inflation, monetary management, external sector, these are the things which ideally a student should read, but I have done the reading for you. Okay, so now going back to the PDF, we'll go from there. Okay, so that put some videos also this time, so that you can directly watch it from my this thing. So it will look like something like this. Okay, sorry. Okay, see here, once few samples will questions we'll see before looking at the answers. Cobweb phenomenon was mentioned in recent economic survey in relation to. This is one typical way which UPSC ask a question. Okay, so it's like service sector, make in India, drug control, prices. So if you see, everything is different, and UPSC will ask like this only. They will not put very tough or similar looking options. Okay, so this is answer, and this thing details I will show you in the document we'll see. So this is one thing. Although India has improved in its ease of doing business ranking in recent years, there are some subcomponents in which India is not doing good. Okay, which among the following is one such subcomponent? So this one, I have made it looking the UPSC question only. Okay, UPSC last year, they did not ask like this, like which ranked poorly and all. They put 4-5 things, and they asked like which is not a subcomponent. Okay, there are 10 subcomponents under ease of doing business, and because India is doing extremely well over the last 5 years in this thing, every year rank is improving, they asked the subcomponent of it. So this time I have put a question like the subcomponents are all correct, all 4 are subcomponents only. But even though India's ranking is improving, one of this, India's rank is not improving. It's either staying the same or it is going behind or going back. So because you should know this, it's very important concept, and UPSC's favorite topic now, you should know this. Okay, answer here is enforcing contracts. I'll show you answer document also, and here the answer is price fluctuation. Okay, what is Cobweb phenomenon? I'll explain to you when I open the PDF. Then which of the following supports Adam Smith's philosophy of invisible hand? When you do Ramesh Singh or whichever textbook for economics, the first chapter itself will have a story about Adam Smith. Okay, that's very important, and you should know it because UPSC asks a lot about him. So here again the answer is cement and steel. Why it is cement and steel, we'll see in the document. Now, the nodal agency which undertakes procurement and storage of food grain is FCI. It's a very straightforward statement, that is true. Then Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana is a central sector scheme. Okay, so this one is actually again true. Okay, both 1 and 2. All this in detail explanations are there in the this thing PDF. Union budget is presented by reading out from a white paper. Which state was the first state to read out from a digital budget instead of paper? Okay, this is actually a 1-year-old current affair. Answer is Uttarakhand. Okay, they was the one who started digital budget to save paper. And there are many other governments already doing e-paper and paperless and all these things, but they were the first one to do the budget. Insurance penetration, insurance density, which UPSC have asked once, the definitions you should know, and in detail in my test series it is there. So insurance penetration is measured as a percentage of insurance premium to GDP. Okay, like premium is what? People will pay premium, only then they'll get the insurance later when they claim. So that to the GDP, that percentage is called insurance penetration. And insurance density in India is higher compared to China. This is one another statement. The national pension scheme was initially extended to armed force as well. This is again a question which came in 2018 prelims. They asked a very, very detailed question about national pension scheme. They gave 4 statements, and that one of the statement was this only. Okay, whether armed forces and I think state government employees, whether it is applicable or not. So you should know the depth in which UPSC is asking these days. So solve my test, you will easily study the entire thing. Okay. Here, index of economic freedom. Okay, here why this question I have put is because there is one more index called global index of economic freedom. Okay, so in index of economic freedom and index of global economic, something like that. The term global is extra, and both of them together in the economic survey, themselves have mentioned it together in one paragraph. So that, and from that only UPSC will pick it up also. So here you should know the index of economic freedom is by Heritage Foundation. Okay, I think which is a USA based think tank. And that global one, global economic freedom, that is by Fraser Institute. It's again a think tank, but it is, I think, Canada based. Okay, so both are NGO kind of bodies only. One is Canada based and one is Washington based. Okay, so and like this, after every answer I'll be putting you this also. So when you click on this link, directly it will go to the it will open the PDF for you. It will open the government PDF for you, so you don't have to download it each time. If you have the internet connection, you can do it like that itself. Every question, every question you need not, you will feel like, why should I go and read the chapter? So that time don't click it. Okay, that's why I have put this interactive link in every MCQ. Now, economic survey mentions that India should focus on network products, which include what? Okay, so here when you see this, if you have not read it, like you will like, okay, network, maybe this is also network, this also network, this also network, but you will not know clearly. But if you have done the economic survey, you will know, because there's a big table, graph and all given. Actually, the answer is all, okay, 1, 2, 3 is the thing. Okay, all 3 are network products. So what is network products? What is its relevance and all? In the explanation PDF, we'll see. Okay, so I think 8 questions example we saw. Now we'll go to the PDF. Okay, so like these questions are there. See, the first questions that I put about a budget. Okay, which are the following are true about National Mission on Quantum Technologies. But very, very few questions will be there on budget, because as I told, budget, there is a detailed notes PDF is there. You just need to read that. Don't waste your time solving questions and all. But remaining everything will be economic survey. Okay, every scheme which is possible, which is like to be picked up, I have put it here. Now we'll see the answer PDF. Okay, the answer PDF will look like almost the same only. I mean, the questions will be included. So people don't, if you don't want to take it like a test, you can directly open. And I put the index also here. If you see 103 detailed MCQs, 1 mains potential question with detailed answer, extra notes on economic survey, extra charts and tables for from economic survey, extra notes based on budget, and all the government PDF link also separately also I have put. Okay, till now I have not shown you the budget website. I'll show you in a while. Okay, so that quantum, see the full whatever is needed, whatever government has given, the table or picture also, and this thing also. Out of this nothing will come. Okay, if a question about this has to come, only what is given on screen, from that only it will come. That is the way I have designed it. Okay. And here if you see there is no link or something, because budget, this is something where you have to learn from this PDF. You don't need anything extra. But going down, okay, like let's search. I showed you a lot of questions. So let's search Cobweb. Well, that's the first question I showed you. Cobweb phenomenon. Okay, so you see here. Cobweb phenomenon mentioned in recent economic survey relation to what? Okay, so this is actually mentioned about price fluctuation. So it's in volume 2, chapter 5. Okay. What is that? Like, you know, like in India, what happens whenever price is there? Okay, like farmers, suppose they are growing growing this wheat. Okay, so they will grow wheat. They will see like this time I'm not getting that much price or something, or maybe they grew something and last year they saw like the tomato was getting higher prices. Okay, so what they'll seeing like, okay, everybody are giving prices for tomato, nobody is giving for wheat. I will grow tomato this time. Okay. So what happens is it becomes a bumper production. Everybody will start doing that, and then what happens is now there is no much demand. This much is there, too much supply is there, and finally it will be rotten and it will be wasted. So now next year they will, now what they do, they don't do that thing, they will do something else. So that thing is called Cobweb phenomenon. Okay, so that theory and example wise I have given here. Okay, like T+1 T and also is here. Example, T equal to 2020. If a farmer saw higher price in 2019, okay, that is T-1, he would like sow more pulses. Okay, like if he saw that was this thing, that was in more price value, then everybody do the same, production will be huge and the price will be low. So in the next year, T+1, he will produce it less. So this less high thing, they simply look at the market without any proper understanding or analysis, or even they have no other thing. Okay, like nobody is going to buy their materials, so they have no other option. So this price fluctuation theory, that is called Cobweb theory. Okay, so I've mentioned it in a very crisp format, and more stories you can read from the chapter. So this is a very simple question here. G10. I don't know whether you heard of G10. Okay, you were learning G7, G20 and all, but G10 you would not have heard. One thing is India is not part of it. That is why it's not important. But economic survey mentions these things. Okay, because the question related to that will be something like that. Money types is very important thing for you. If you don't know what is M0, M1, M2, M3 and M4 monies, that means you have not even studied economics properly, or the source which you are looking is an incorrect source. So here ideally I should not teach you all these things because it is covered in the economics things already, but there will be some students who will buy only economic survey. So for them I have put the clear example, clear definitions of what is these kind of money. Okay, UPSC have asked at least 10 times. Okay, in the last 15-20 years, you go and check, at least 10 times UPSC have asked different types of questions based on this money. So you have to know this. Okay, so let me just take you to the end of this PDF before that. Okay, and it will look like something like this. Okay, it will have tables and charts, and everywhere the hyperlink will be mentioned to navigate from one place to another. Okay, like for example, these are all budget. Okay, budget summary, which is the next last topic. This video I'll be winding up by showing the budget and related things, what you need to read in a particular budget. Okay, see this, these are all different terms mentioned in the economic survey. Okay, an index, then a term which I don't think you can even pronounce. It's like something which is mentioned in the economic survey. You just need to know what it stands for, because if UPSC is asking such difficult things, they will just ask that one line. So I've given you that one line, but these things, whenever you other YouTube channels do a video, they don't even talk about this. I just mentioned it in a very simple way. Okay, so the charts is there, terminologies are there, different quotes mentioned. Okay, they keep mentioning Indian quotes, like this Tirukural one, Tamil Sangam literature related one quote is there. Then even in budget it's there. Okay, even budget one poet is there, which is a Kashmiri Pandit, and that has a high chance of coming in prelims also, because last time UPSC did that. They asked one thing just because it was there in a government document. Then Kautilya, these things you can use in your mains answers. Okay, see, capital adequacy ratio, it was there in UPSC question recently, 1 year back. What is CAR and whether government should, the bank should maintain it. Employment statistics, these are all for means. Okay, job formalization, these are all your potential means questions, and I have given you bullet points like this. Okay, in your economic survey when you read, you will not get it in this simple format. So I have done the entire thing for you. Skill development, apprentice rules. These rules are very important. If you have seen my last MCQ 41 to 50 questions 2019 analysis video, there I have shown you last year UPSC asked at least 10 questions about these kind of rules. Okay, they just gave you some rules like waste management rules, or forest rules, or environment protection act. They gave such act and they give you 4 or 5 clauses under that act and asked whether it is true or false. So every rules which is mentioned in economic survey becomes important for you, because if UPSC have to ask, they will ask something which is very popular in news, or something which is mentioned in the economic survey. So every act which is mentioned here, you have to do it. Okay, I cannot show you this fully because there are students who have paid for this course. Okay, see here, survey proposes establishment of GSTN like entity called PSBN. Okay, so you should know what it is. This is a very important thing. I think for mains they'll ask offshore fund management industry. There is a big industry like that. Okay, which economic survey is asking the government that you should do this, so that our financial services exports get boosted. Okay, you know, like export, what we are doing software service export, we are doing ITs, we are doing BPO, we are doing call centers, but there is something called financial service sector also, where India is not doing well. So their economic survey is suggesting this concept, and they've given world examples here. And this is a potential mains question, okay, for the export of the service sector. So like the agriculture sector, see industry updates, whatever happened in industry, whatever happened in agriculture, food subsidy, any topic which you can imagine, it is there in economic survey in 750 pages. I have made it to you in 140 pages. Okay, see, even including Vysh Ias revision chart I have included, whether if it is supporting that concept. Okay, see here, this is one body I told you. International Platform on Sustainable Finance, okay, IPSF, was launched. It's recent also, so it will be there in my current affair anyway. So it is, the UPSC will exactly ask you this, like this thing was in news and who launched it. And the answer is European Union. So like this, you are going to study a lot of things. See, education for all, housing, sanitation. I think almost everything which I could imagine, I have put it here. Okay. See, Operation Twist. This is a definite question. Either this year or next year, they will definitely ask, okay, what is Operation Twist? Because every coaching class is also teaching on that topic this year. Stand Up India, Rashtriya Mahila Kosh. This is actually, I think we have reached the mains answer. Yeah, see, around 103 MCQs I put. I wanted to stop at 100, but there are things which are very important, so I added few more questions. So this is a main potential question which I put at the end of this thing. Okay, in an era of globalization, no country can develop and achieve its full potential if half of its population is locked in non-remunerative, less productive, and and non-economic activities. This is actually a World Bank quote which Economic Survey has mentioned. First thing, when you read this in a mains exam hall, you should understand in what context it is told. This half of the population, what are they referring to? They are referring to women. Okay, like in India, whatever you do, and you do this much growth, that much schemes and all, but if half of your population, if 50% of your population are sitting at home and doing only domestic work, they are not contributing to the economy, then this thing won't grow. Okay, in this era of globalization, it won't grow. So first thing is you have to catch the concept. If you have read this once at least, only you will know that they are talking about women. Okay, so that is point number one. It will come in GS1 or GS3, a 20 marker 250 words question. If it comes, you should understand how you should do it. So gender dimension of employment, like that we'll start and we'll give you all these things. Okay, this is the mains model. It's included in the test. Okay, you can buy this test. So here first will be, this is a structure how it should be. We'll put some statistics or numbers, like how the numbers are, how much working population is there, how much women is sitting indoor. These are all mentioned here. So after that, then there will be arguments. So you have to tell like why it is declining, like why women are not going forward. So demand side also, it will be less, supplied side also, like meaning women themselves are not coming forward, or maybe they don't have the opportunities to come forward. There are two cases to it. So that two cases with examples you can show, like cultural factors are there where Indians themselves feel like women should not work, or maybe now the shifting of agriculture, like the men are going from agriculture areas, rural areas to urban cities for construction work and all. So ideally women alone cannot handle the entire agricultural work. So when men stops it at the village level, what happens is women also stops that job. Okay, they sit indoor, and they also get more wages now because the husband is sending it from the urban area. So like that when things are happening, the women who were ideally supporting the men in agriculture and rural area, that job is vanishing, that job is going away. So this is one of the example which Economic Survey have mentioned. Okay, see, withdrawal of men from agriculture, loss of job as casual labor. So like this, I have given examples there of the to and fro and the reasons for that. Then now finally always end the answer in a positive note. Okay, so improving the female work conditions. So many things government has done. Okay, the childcare facility, the maternity leave 2019 prelims. Now in 2019 prelims, a detailed 4-statement question came. Okay, you should find out which is the wrong statement. So I have showed you in my test analysis. You go and see. So that kind of things you have to quote here. All the schemes now. Okay, one stop center, this sexual harassment, all these are women related, work related issue. Okay, not like all the women schemes. What is stopping women from coming to the workforce, or if they come to workforce, whether they have any challenges, whether government is doing something for them, all those kind of schemes you can mention, and that is how you will end. And in the end, at the climax conclusion, after all this is there, you can again tell a concluding line. So this again, when I do the mains answer writing course, I'll be launching. Okay, you will get at least 250 to 300 mains answers, model answers like this, printed model answers. And also if you join my test series, along with that, I will be evaluating your answer. I will be personally correcting word by word which you write. Okay, that is open for 2021. 2020 already one batch is over. Okay, already one batch is over. It generally happens between August to January. Okay, that's when we do the mains course, because first you have to have a foundation. Just like June, July, we make you learn some things according to the timetable which we give you. You do start solving prelims test. You do this economic survey, then world history, optional. You slowly start studying things, and by August, September, your exam will start. Your timeline will be given much ahead of you. Like now itself, you will get like September 1, your first exam will happen. September 15th, your second exam will happen. So all those studies we will make you now, do it now. And September onwards, when you write and submit, I will be correcting it and then giving you model answer, giving you a report and one-to-one feedback also. I'm just telling you all these things because 2021 students are asking what is mains test series, when it will happen also. These are things which will happen, and you will get similar, these kind of detailed answer, which everything I am drafting it here. Okay. So going back to the prelims questions. Okay, so mains question I showed you, it will be like that. Okay, model will be like that. I cannot show you fully now. You can buy this PDF. This one, the last one, as I told, social sector was the last chapter in volume 2. So here I have mentioned about Human Development Report, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, and Swachh Sarvekshan Gramin 2019. Okay, another scheme. So these are all mentioned in one single chapter. See chapter 10. So here I have just tweaked some numbers. If you see the last statement, more than 6,000 districts it is applicable. So this is just testing the common sense. Okay, in India the total number of districts itself is around 600 or 700. Okay, in 2011 census which came last, it was 640, and now the updated one is around 740, and then you will get it in the next census, you will know the correct number. So that is just testing you. So statement 3 you can eliminate there itself if you have the common sense. So you will be left with only C and D. And if you see a second statement, what I have mentioned, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana has contributed to social inclusiveness and promoting women empowerment. This is true. Why? Because in Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, when the house is allotted, it has to be in the name of the women. Okay, the house, or it should be in the joint name of husband and wife. That is why it promotes promoting women empowerment. Also social inclusiveness. The construction workers and all, they have been, job has been given to everyone, whether it's transgender, whether it is SC, ST, whatever. So it's including everyone in this process, and everyone is eligible for the scheme also. Okay, so that is why it's social inclusiveness. And then Human Development Report is published by the UNDP. That is also true. See here, SAS, Suman, these schemes and all, maybe you did not hear when you did your current affair, but in economic survey they mentioned it's about health. Okay, this question, I think it's a very detailed question where I mentioned all the health schemes. Solution will be like one and a half page for these kind of questions. Okay, because the question will have 3-4 statements, so I have to explain to you all the 4 statements. Okay, see here, question number 99, service sector, the business, software service, business service, education service, all 3 I put in one question. So when I give you the solution, obviously I have to explain to you all 3. That is why the solution is like looking little lengthy, but every solution I have highlighted in bold and underlined. These are the points which can be asked for prelims. Okay, whatever is highlighted, whatever is not highlighted, together is the mains answer for you. Hope you're understanding. This is how I design. Whatever is highlighted is prelims. Okay, another one, space sector question was there, which I want every student to learn also. Let me check. Okay, I think it's in some other chapter. There was a question where I have included about all the space sector and all those things. Yeah, this one, IT industry. See, service sectors, true about different service sectors. So tourism, IT industry, shipping industry, and space sector. Here all the 4 statements I have tweaked it to make it incorrect. Okay, why? Because I wanted you to answer it correctly when it comes for prelims. Okay, like first statement is India has done tremendously well in tourism, and it's like 10% of world's tourism share. Okay, that is actually, we might feel it is true, but it's actually wrong. Even though a lot of tourism is increasing, India's share is about only 1.24%. Okay, you can see here in the solution, 1.24% of the world's tourism. And second one, India's startup ecosystem in IT BPM industry is the largest in the world. Okay, and has 2,000 unicorn companies. For that, you should know what is unicorn company. Unicorn company is an economics term where it's like a startup where it's like valuation crosses $1 billion or something. Okay, so that also in the solution you will get it, what it's exactly it is. But that also it's wrong. India doesn't have these many unicorn companies. India has only 24 unicorn companies, and it is it's not like the largest also. It is, India is like 7th or 8th. I should have mentioned it somewhere in the solution document. Unicorn company. See here, $1 billion valuation, 24, and see China has 206, USA has 203. Okay. Third statement, India has been constantly improving in its shipping turnaround time. Okay, there is a turnaround time, which is a measure which understand whether your port is good or you are like among the world competitions and all. So we are telling like it is improving. Okay, but that is a wrong statement. India has been declining. Okay, I think India's turnaround time is around 2.79 days. Okay, a turnaround time of a ship. But the global average is only 0.97 or something. So India is doing extremely poor, and economic survey has told the government that if you don't do something, then India will lose out in the shipping industry. Okay, so that is one statement which is wrong. Again, now the last one, India's budget in space sector is low compared to USA, Russia and all. You should know, like Mars mission, everything we did at very cheap price. But the number of satellites which are launched every year is more in India compared to US and Russia. You will feel like this is true because you every time hearing like India launched 10 satellites, India launched 20 satellites, but you should know that that is very, very low. Okay, compared to USA, Russia, who launches lots of satellite, India is I think 3rd or 4th position. Okay, space sector, see, budget also India is low, and the number of satellites also, see, USA greater than Russia, greater than China, greater than European space agency, India and Japan. So India is 5th in the number of satellites also. Okay, so these are things which UPSC does. They will make you believe that the statement is true. Okay, so I have designed it exactly the way it can come in prelims. If they have to ask something more, it will be a very difficult question. This is what is the maximum difficulty level for these kind of questions. Okay, I'm telling economic survey related questions. And again, if not even a single question comes from this thing for your prelims, okay, because UPSC, it's up to UPSC. UPSC does it every year. They maybe you study everything and go, nothing will come. But even then, all these pointers are explaining to you very minute things like this, which is interesting. Also, you will know what is happening around you also, and your main answers will become brilliant. Okay, you will know all these things. And when any social argument, when you are like talking with a friend, you are talking with someone, when these kind of things comes into picture, you will be more knowledgeable. Okay, and that is expected out of you. That's expected out of a 2019 or 20 or 21, whichever UPSC aspirant in this generation, you are expected to have that knowledge. Okay, so every answer I'm not showing you here, because as I told, I don't want to do injustice to students. Okay, last 1 week I think I uploaded the advertisement. At least 20 to 30 students who are not my enrolled students have enrolled to it. Okay, and they got this material today morning. So I don't want to do injustice to them because they have paid for this course. So I just wanted to show you how much detail it is, and I think I will wind up this thing here. But I will now show you the budget. Okay, which is one more the concluding part of this video. Okay, which is very important to you also. We can take it from here itself. Let's go to the table of contents. In table of contents, if you see, I told you you should understand that budget. There are many documents out there. Okay, but what I want you to do is, you have to do the PIB summary with graph. If you see the last one here, PIB summary with graph, that is the thing you have to do, and questions will come from that directly. Okay, both in prelims and means. But the budget speech which Nirmala Sitharaman speaks, okay, that will be in this budget speech. Then budget highlights, budget at a glance. Okay, so these are all PDF which will take you to there. Now let me go to the website. You simply have to type like this. Union budget link will come. Here you will see 7-8 documents. Okay, and you will be thinking like what to read, what not to read. So here the PIB summary won't be there. That you have to take it separately. Anyway, I have attached it for you. So, and that is what is needed, most important. And here budget speech, it will be like the literal speech, like Nirmala Sita, like I rise up today, I stand up before you. Even that minute word by word, okay, it's like looking and reading. That will be there. So that is not, that much level is not needed for you. But budget highlights and budget at a glance is important for you. You see budget at a glance, these PDFs are attached there. Okay, here they have given in plain textual format. Okay, so one problem is, if you are interested only, you will understand this. Okay, because it's very like boring to read it. But if you take budget highlights, this is the summary. Okay, I think in 10-15 pages they have given, and this is the complete summary in picture format. So here if you see governance, ease of living, financial sector, and these are 3 themes. Like I told, wealth creation is the theme. They have 3 approaches, okay, for budget: aspirational India, economic development, and caring society. Under that also, what all they have to do. Then the structural reforms one by one, they'll show in boxes like this. So it will be more easier for you to grasp it. Okay, you can have a quick look through it. All the graphs, see in the budget, the original highlight full page. What problem is, it will be like in different pages. But here in this budget at a glance highlights, they have put all the pictures in one page for you. See, deficit, trend. So this is why I'm telling, if I have to make a thing, I can also tell like, okay, come and buy 100 rupee, 200 rupee, come and buy budget summary. But if you see, government itself has done the work for you. So what more can I do? I can simply put a watermark of Vysh Ias and tell like other institutes are doing, come and buy. Okay, that is actually not right. So that is why I'm not doing a budget summary. I did an economic survey budget, economic survey summary for you. See everything, revenue deficit, capital deficit. So UPSC, when they'll ask like this only. The revenue expenditure has been steadily increasing, steadily declining last 5 years or last 10 years. So when you see this graph itself, you will understand it's all fluctuating. Okay, it's not steady. So, and see here, this is a very interesting thing I put in the PDF also. Rupee, when India earns 1 rupee, where does it come from? Okay, so highest where it is. See, if you see here, borrowings are 20%, income tax is 17%, corporation tax is 18%. Okay, so tax, actually within tax, corporation tax is the highest. Okay, you should know that, which companies give. and there is a big revolution happened this year. The budget they announced like it will be now very cheap, so that also you should know. And see, rupee goes to, after India earns 1 rupee, where does that 1 rupee goes to? Okay, so here if you see, 20% goes to states share. Okay, that is 20 paise of every 1 rupee. Other expenditure 10%, central sector scheme 13%, subsidy 6%. Okay, because UPSC will ask this, like when India earns 1 rupee, out of that maximum share goes to subsidies. So you will feel like it is true. You feel like a lot of subsidies are given. Maybe that is true, but it is not like that. So that is why this is a single picture. Government themselves have given you the summary. Okay, you don't have to read lot of text. Tax proposals. See, dividend distribution. You should know this time because DDT, it is abolished. Okay, DDT is abolished. That's the biggest highlight of this year's budget. DDT has been abolished. Agriculture schemes, industry schemes, wellness, sanitation. See here, do I need to make any summary or notes, or do you need to make any notes for it? This is the notes for you. Okay, and it's just 12 to 15 pages, nothing more. All that caring, whatever I told you, everything is there with the graph and pictures. See, over 14 pages. It's very simple. But as I told, for prelims, this is the last document I'm going to show you. PIB budget summary. Type like this, or it's attached and I'll give you in the email also. See this pibphoto.nic.in. This is what you need to take, this PDF. 92 pages. Totally it will be 200 plus pages. Okay, so that's why I'm telling this is easy. So here if you see, like this bullet point they have given. But other places they will not give like this. It will be like Nirmala Sitharaman speaking in a dialogue format. Here they have given you the exact pointers. The 16-point action for agriculture, blue economy, Kisan Rail. See, I will try to make a different video where I explain these schemes actually. But if you see this, there's nothing else to explain. Okay, they have given three bullet points about everything. Kisan Rail, Krishi Udan, one product, one district, Jaivik Kheti, zero budget natural farming, PM Kusan, Kusum. Kisan is a different scheme. Okay, I confused. PM Kisan, PM Kusum, village storage scheme. These are all new things. So if you see here, what more notes you need, this is the notes. Okay, if you read this, that too not every page. If only the first 5-10 pages will be these kind of schemes. After that, they'll again start with all the these kind of things, summary of deficit and numbers and all these number games. And see here, pictures again. These are the most crystal clear explanation which you can get. See the deficit here. If the fiscal deficit is steadily increasing, revenue deficit is steadily increasing, everything you will get it here. So this is one single document which is your budget summary. Okay, nobody needs to make notes for you, but economic survey you need to do. So what you have to do is you have to come and enroll to this if you are a serious aspirant. Else it is totally fine. You feel like this is not at all important. I will manage the exam without this. You don't need to buy. Okay, so 100 plus detailed MCQs, 35 pages extra notes designed specifically for UPSC, and this price only for next few days. Okay, after that again I'll put it into a test series pack and then you will not be able to get it individually. Okay, and for serious aspirant, whichever you are preparing for, you have to come and buy this. Okay, so I'll wind up this because we have reached 1 hour and I targeted 1 hour only because it's a very important topic. That's why I took it like to 1 hour. Okay, so WhatsApp me, email me. You are going to gain only good things out of this. Okay, there is nothing which you will regret after messaging me. And all the enrollment subscription, thank you for that. We have reached 44,444. Okay, 44,444 subscribers as of now. Soon we'll be hitting 50k, and then our channel will be known to much more aspirants. Okay, as of now students are a little hesitant when it comes to subscribing, but sooner or later it's going to grow big. So thank you for all those things. You will get more details, but still if there's any doubt, okay, just come and WhatsApp me. I'll try to clear it. So thank you. Hope you enjoy the session. Have a nice day.